Hey, from my understanding, there's been an executive order signed that means I could no longer be an American citizen. And I'm a pastor of a church with a lot of immigrants, and a lot of people have been asking me, like, do we have to worry about deportations and things like that with these new orders that have been signed? And to be honest, I was not planning on making a video today, and I'm not really wanting this channel to be about political statements and that kind of field. I think these are important discussions, but I'm not an expert when it comes to politics and the government and things like that. But I feel like going through these questions and feeling the emotions provided a great opportunity to explain like how I critically think through these matters when there's fear. And to be honest, I was like kind of taken aback by people asking if I could stay in this country. Like, I was born in America, but my parents came as refugees. They received political asylum here from Sri Lanka after going through a civil war. But when I was born, they were not American citizens. And in my childhood, for most of my life, we wondered like what the citizenship status would be for my parents and my sister. But I was always like the safe one because I was born in America. And so I was good, and people are like, you're so lucky. You didn't have to do anything for your citizen process. Like, you just got it. You didn't have to memorize presidents or the branches of government, all that kind of stuff. You were just like in because you were born. But now it's like things have been reversed because my family went through the naturalization process. They received their status as citizens in a legal way. But me, I was born from people who were not citizens at the time. And so I had to ask myself, like I have a whole life here. My two kids are born in America and they're citizens, I think. But did we lose it all? And if you're wondering that, I'm sorry if you're going through those emotions. First of all, from my understanding, from reading random articles, ChatGPT did not help me out in this process. So I had to look up real human articles, but it's not a retroactive decision. It's only like going forward like in the next 30 days or so. So like if you were born in the next 30 days or 30 days from when the order was signed, then you have something to worry about. And my heart does go out for you if you're dealing with that fear with your kid or something like that. But if you were born in the past, like, you know, before this order, you're not like in danger. So I understand. Again, I'm not an expert, because the ramifications would be, I think, like the vice president's wife was born in America by Indian citizens. Don't quote me on that, but if this was like the worst case scenario for my fears, it would mean the vice president's wife would be deported, and I don't see that happening. Maybe I'm naive, but I honestly don't see that happening. But in moments like this, I have a temptation to give in to fear, to look for bad news, to believe the hype, to follow the worst first news I hear. But as I've grown older, I've learned to not just react to situations, but to respond. And for me, reaction is like your first instincts, like what is the worst case scenario? What are all the bad things that are going to happen to me? And I'm just going to respond and make decisions, and I'm going to like be super loud. But I've learned in these moments, instead of reacting, I'm going to respond. Like, I know like asking questions in this politically charged environment can be kind of scary, but sometimes I'll just ask questions from people who I know have different like perspectives, who would not agree with each other. So I went onto my Facebook and I asked a question, am I going to be deported? And I got a lot of different answers, and people just answering it, you know, some with emotional responses, which I understand, and some people like citing sources and posting articles, and I honestly found that really helpful. And so like if you're given bad news or a surprise, I just want to challenge you. Don't just like react, but respond. Take a moment, collect yourself, take the opportunity to really listen, observe, do research from a variety of resources and platforms, and then take some time to maybe verbally process with people you trust, and then like consider decisions and making pros and cons. And you know, I've been around a lot of people who are reactive, and they speak loudly. And actually, I feel a little reactive right now in this video because I just heard about this news, went through this process today, and I'm already making a video. I think that's just because I'm in the YouTube mode. I started this channel this week, And so I just like want to talk about stuff and work on this skill and develop this craft. So maybe I'm being a really bad example right now, so I apologize if that's the case. But anyways, moving forward, let's not just like react and post YouTube videos the day of finding information, but take time to respond, to listen, to assess, to pray, to process with trusted people, to think through it. What are the ramifications? And like say, I'm going to be a grounded person. Like, I'm not going to let anybody else control my emotions. I'm going to hold every thought captive. I'm going to see where my security comes from. For me, my security comes from God. And though things are hard and scary, I really do believe that people can have a peace that surpasses understanding. And so if you're scared right now, man, I understand. If you are feeling like this is just really bad misinformation, I want to again reiterate, I'm not an expert. And hopefully we can move forward and create a safe environment for all people while creating order and law, but also choosing people over programs. And anyways, let's not let fear rule the day, but we'll move forward with peace, reason, logic, taking advantage of what we can, correcting the process where we feel like there are wrongs, but not like overreacting to things that may or may not be true. So yeah, how have you processed this whole information? Leave a comment below, and if you resonate with this comment in this this video, probably a topic I'll never talk about again in a video form, but if you resonate with this, please hit subscribe, and let's ask more questions and process more real life, because I do want you to live for your eulogy, not your resume. And I think a part of that is not being a reactive person, but being a process person, someone who can move in a healthy response. All right, see you next time. Bye.